Hi, I'm Rob and it's Guild Wars War 5. Today it's North Star versus Guild of Dreams. North Star, effectively only a couple of weeks old. We have 1 or 2 spaces spare right now, so if you're on PlayStation format, fancy a change with a bunch of really good players, then pop into North Star. Obviously we're at the lower end of the brackets right now, but we're going to be jumping up, flying up these brackets really quickly to get to the more interesting, more challenging battles. Right, so what we have, that's not that, that's the experimental team. Let's just go to something red, just in case I accidentally press to battle and end up starting with a team I didn't want. So we have a low level opponent here. This is okay, don't need to really look at what's going on there. What shall I do today? I could do some skull bashing, or I might test out my Centurazal team, but with the Fist of Heaven replaced with the Wand of Stars. Wand of Stars is a really good weapon for Guild Wars. It's not recommended if you take Guild Wars super seriously because of the nature of its cast. It can actually go wrong and set the opposition up, and you can literally be just relying to luck a lot of the time with that cast. But it does work out more often than not in your favour. But that 1 or 2 times it fails, you are going to find yourself in a spot of bother in Guild Wars, especially in the higher brackets. So probably not recommended for some higher bracket games if you take your win-loss ratio seriously. Right, so this team, we're going to use Gimlet, transforms all green to brown, enrage and give magic +1 life to the first ally. So if we get a nice start with that, we can do that absolutely straight away and charge up our Wand of Stars. That was there to charge up Centurion quickly before, but with the Wand of Stars, we maybe don't need it, but hey ho. I'll just leave it as it is. Centurion has a 10% chance to devour a random enemy, which you don't really want on Guild Wars. Plus 10% for each wild card, then converts all skulls to ×2 wild cards. This tends to charge up Zul'Goth really quickly, who then kills an enemy, burns and freezes all remaining enemies, and creates 12 skulls, which means Centurion can most likely do that again. So yeah, really easy team to use. Frost Mage class for this. 25% chance to freeze a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. Going to go for Snap Freeze, Insulated, Anti-Magic Sphere, Mana Source, Deluge, Lightning Strike, and Mystic Chalice. Not all of those are important. In fact, you would change this class based on your opponent. You can go Elementalist class as well. If you don't mind foregoing that faster start, you can also go Archer class if you're up against a team that starts with skulls. You can entangle them from the start, that kind of thing. But I'm just going to jump in with this. Right, so we're going to look for green to brown straight away anyway, just for this, to see if we can do anything without having to do anything too risky. But there's nothing really there. I'm just going to take some... What have I got? +2 brown. Right, I'm just going to grab some yellow. Got that match there. Well, we can get our Centurion up normally now, but we might get Zul up at the same time if we do something like the Wand of Stars. But we may not need to. Got a lot of red there, so we'll cast Centurion now. Obviously, it seems a little bit unfair getting Zul onto these dudes, but hey, it's only fun. Just playing around in the early stages. Let's do this anyway. Just because we can. I might change the team actually, this seems a bit silly doing this, but yeah. And there we go. Yeah, I might change that. And it was 3,278 Guild Wars points. Dry Pond is the next opponent. Slightly more powerful opponent this time. What we got? Red Skulls, Elementalists, Shegra, Infernus. Everybody starts with 50% mana. Because of the Mirage Queen. This is all elemental troops in here. This one's an Elemental Dra. Because of the fantastic new card design where they couldn't fit in the basic troop type with this new design, which they thought is so much better. Not going into that. Anyway, Infernus is also an elemental. In fact, it's a divine element. This is ridiculous. And I'm an elemental he. Well, that's a bit sexist. It's a she there. Look, it's a girl. It should be an elemental she. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to play around today, show a few different teams, I think. Let's grab some brown. Better leave the red there for Shegra to go nuts on. Right, not a lot of red there, so this is not actually too great for Shegra. Obviously, I don't have to worry too much about the opponent, but this is better now. But you got red in a line with skulls because Shegra creates red gems, then converts all red to skulls. This cannot miss with a skull match, so we'll do that. Oh, I missed a full match over there, wasn't looking. Do pay more attention to your guild wars, it is important. I don't have to really pay much attention to this because these early level matches till we rise up the brackets a little bit are going to be super straightforward. You're going to get the odd really good opponent now and again, but for the most part it is going to be very straightforward. Dreadlocula. Vlad the Unsated, still life boosted by his life. Borealis freezes all enemies, does damage to the weakest enemy. The Dragon Soul explodes gems, does damage to all. And Grave Knight eliminates all armor from an enemy and does damage. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. I meant to go back and have a look what I got. Oh well. This is the team then. It'll do. It will do. Well, Infernus is up, so this means the end of the game. Pretty much. And it was... I'm not sure if I've been even looking at my points, you know. 1,548 Guild Wars points. Obviously it doesn't matter too much at this level, it's just getting the job done so we can move up the brackets. The 1 Surge. What happened to the 2 Surge? Elwyn destroys a row and column, does damage to a random enemy boosted by yellow gems destroyed. Kusith, damage to an enemy boosted by Fey and Beasts. Dragonet, damage to an enemy inflict between 1 and 5 random status effects. And Guard's Wall removes green gems, gains 8 life boosted by gems removed and gains a barrier. Alright, what else should we do? What else should we do? No, that was something to do with wanting to freeze somebody. That's the standard-ish sort of specialist Zor team. I'm going to, just for fun, I got so used to visually recognising certain troops because everything looks so different now. It's like everything's just a little bit harder to see. What should we do? Do that. It's a cool thing about Wonder Stars and Diamantina. If you wanted to, you can use Wonder Stars and Diamantina every single day for Guild Wars. Absolutely nutty. Well, if we have green to brown, there's a lot of green and brown there, but is there only 4 matches? I don't think so. Nearly, but not quite. But I'll do that anyway, because it's a good bunch of mana for my Wonder Stars. And that is going to do. Right, I might just do this for the rest of them. Get these battles out of the way. Crack on with the spoiler video, which will be coming later on. Arboreal Crystal explodes green gems, gives a random status effect to elementals, and as a summon, really good. Queen Bee, as we know, excellent troop, absolutely fantastic. Creates 9 green and 9 brown gems, does scatter damage and a decent amount of it too, with independent 40% chances to gain an extra turn and half her mana back, and cleanses all allies when matching 4 or more gems on that 3rd trait. Faunessa deals damage to an enemy equal to their attack and gives life to all allies boosted by damage dealt, starts battles with full mana. And Dryad, bonus green from green gem matches and gives 5 life to an ally. And heals 22 life to them in this instance, barriers them, then creates 8 green gems to charge up their Queen Bee. So yeah, good team this. When this is a higher level opponent, when these are more powerful, that is going to be a good little team there. Just got to take the rough with the smooth, the growth of the game as you get more powerful. Alright, so we'll grab that and that, not that we particularly need to. Should look at that or leave it for my Wand of Stars. Kind of good to leave those colours on the board in a way. Especially if you're going for the first option. And yeah, a no-turn win versus the Paragon. It's not really a true sort of Paragon fight, because obviously these are lower level bracket fights right now, but you can only beat what's in front of you at first until we rise up the brackets. But that was 1,806 Guild Wars points. Diamantina, the MVP. And that was 9,701, so just sneaking into the 9,700s. May have been more if I'd started with that Diamantina team from the start. It's probably a way to go for these early level battles, just to get them done and out of the way while scoring heavy at the same time. Well, there's a video. If you enjoyed it, bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.